What's going on, White Sox fans? It's your boy Mike Jones standing in for Kev and for Hayes with some breaking news for you. The Chicago White Sox have made yet another signing, and this time they've signed an impact player. We got to talk about it right after this.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Jones standing in for Hayes and for Big Kev on another episode of Chicago White Sox Central. Super excited to be here to tell you guys about none other than the White Sox newest signing. The Chicago White Sox and Austin Hayes have agreed to a one-year deal. Austin Hayes is an outfielder and a righty bat that the Chicago White Sox have added to their roster. And listen, this is huge news for the White Sox. This is breaking news for the White Sox. Multiple outlets reported that the White Sox and Austin Hayes have agreed on a one-year contract worth about $6 million plus incentives pending a physical, giving Chicago a veteran bat in the outfield and some real offensive upside. At 30 years old, Hayes comes to the South Side with a productive 2025 season with the Cincinnati Reds, and he's adding experience, power, and versatility to a lineup that has been searching for consistent right-handed hitter production. So, guys, let's take a look back and peek into Hayes' 2025 season. His numbers tell the full story. So in 103 games last season with the Reds, Austin Hayes posted a 266 batting average, 15 home runs, 64 RBIs, 60 runs scored, a .768 OPS, and a 105 WRC plus, which is way above league average. That's the kind of production you want from a veteran outfielder, especially one who can be counted on to hit for both average and for power in the middle of a lineup. Even though injuries limited him to 103 games, y'all, this was a bounce back year for that show Hayes can still be consistent run producer when he's healthy. Now, Austin Hayes has battled injuries throughout his career, but he still brings a lot to the table for this young White Sox team. What does he actually bring? He brings one, veteran leadership. Guys, make no mistake about it. Your everyday players are a young group of guys. With a young team, it's important that you build good, healthy habits. Good practice habits, good spring training habits, good eating habits, good workout habits, good team clubhouse chemistry habits, guys supporting each other, guys going out and playing for one another. You want to build those habits within young guys. Austin Hayes is the perfect clubhouse guy to bring in for something like that. He isn't just a bat. He's a former MLB All-Star with the 2023, and he also has postseason experience. And he has years in both the American League and the National League. Adding the clubhouse presence is a huge W for the White Sox team with a ton of young players with high expectations, including your future all-star, the guy that I think is the leader of the team, Colson Montgomery. So you look at this and you say to yourself, having somebody like Hayes be able to wrap his arms around Colson Montgomery, take him under his wing, and really kind of guide him in year two on how to be that all-star player and be the face really of Chicago White Sox baseball. You look at that and you say to yourself, he is somebody that he can absolutely learn from. What else are you looking at if you're the White Sox? Consistent hitting and power. Hayes showed improvement and contact quality in 2025 with his 15 home runs while slugging a .453. It tells us he's more than just a contact hitter. He can clear the fences also when need be. Primarily, guys, the best thing about him is his versatility. He's a corner outfielder. Hayes can slot into left field. He can slot into right field, and he can also DH. He gives the Sox lineup flexibility and a balance out the offensive mix by adding a proven right-handed bat to combat tough lefties and righties alike. The best part about him and his contract, especially, y'all, it's a low risk, solid reward. At 1 year deal with incentives, the White Sox weren't spending long-term money on this deal with Austin Hayes, but they did pick up a player who's shown the ability to be an everyday producer. That's a smart roster move with upside and minimal downside. Now, how does Hayes help the White Sox offense? On a team that's looking to grow and compete, Hayes could be the stabilizing veteran presence that the White Sox lineup has needed. Whether it's driving in runs in the middle of the order, helping spark rallies, or putting pressure on opposing pitchers with his hard contact, his bat gives White Sox more balance and depth. He's not a superstar signing that alone makes the White Sox a playoff favorite, but in a league where every added WAR and every 15 to 20 homers matters, Austin Hayes could be that difference maker piece that pushes the White Sox closer to their ultimate goal of one day being contenders. He is going to come in and help this White Sox team establish culture. These new guys, these young guys have to understand, and even the young manager, they all have to learn to build culture, a winning culture, to be able to play with expectations, to play under pressure, and to be able to thrive under that. So this team coming into this year is probably going to have the most pressure that it's had in a long while because of the expectations of this team being good, or at least being able to be better than they were last year. I'm expecting this team to really make a push in their division and to try to hopefully either compete in their division and hopefully and maybe even potentially get a wild card spot. I think that that's not out of beyond the realm of possibility for the White Sox to potentially nab a wild card spot this season. It is possible. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. So with this added addition, the White Sox have added a season above average bat in Austin Hayes at a 1 year controlled money. This signing gives the Chicago White Sox flexibility, production, and momentum heading into what could be a pivotal season for them. Remember, they're owned by Jerry Reinsdorf. He ain't spending money unless he's making money. So unless you pack that stadium out every single game and White Sox fans show up in droves, he's not spending no money on this team. So batting a piece like Austin Hayes will certainly bring in more White Sox fans to the game, especially once the team is competing and they're in it to win it. So we'll see what happens with that. This is a valuable pickup for the White Sox. I'm very intrigued to see what they do. All right, guys. What I need you guys to do is to make sure I want to know what you guys think about this. Leave a voicemail at 773. Sorry, the ticker's running below. 773-389-6954. Or you can email us at ChicagoBaseballCentral@gmail.com. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Until next time, go ahead, Chicago White Sox.